Good morning again, and a very warm welcome back from that health break. I hope we're all able to stretch and catch up with everybody else we haven't heard from in a while. I'd like to thank Andrew for leading us into that health break, and Michael for leading us through the roll call. Next on the agenda is a presentation on the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, and I've been given the pleasure and honor to introduce Mr. Alex Anganya, who's the Deputy Registrar General in charge of Finance and Administration at the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, who's representing the Registrar General. Dear sir, you're welcome to give us your presentation.
Thank you very much, the Masters of Ceremonies. I have already been introduced. I'm going to make this presentation on behalf of the Registrar General, whom I told you earlier that had traveled on official duties out of the country. This presentation is on Uganda Registration Services Bureau. We would like to appreciate what the Bureau is all about, what does it do, so that the participants will be acquainted with our services, our mandate. But before that, I would also wish to bring us to board or to speed on the country, Uganda. It is important that the participants world over appreciate this country, Uganda. So my presentation outline will be three. One will be the facts about Uganda, starting a business in Uganda, and then the role of URSB. From the slide, you can see the map of Africa, and you can see our flag. Uganda is a landlocked country, and it is found in East Africa. It has a diverse landscape, and it encompasses the snow-capped Rwenzori Mountains and Lake Victoria. It's also where the mighty world's longest river, River Nile, traces its source. And the source is from Lake Victoria. Something also that the participants should know about Uganda is that that Lake Victoria is not only the largest lake in Africa, but also the second largest in the world. So Uganda is indeed the pearl of Africa, and it is endowed with a number of resources. Its abundant wildlife includes chimpanzees as well as rare birds. When you get to the remote Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, which is renowned for our gorilla sanctuary, leave alone the Mashishon Falls Park in the northwest, which is known for the 43 meters tall waterfall. And that is the Mashishon Falls. When you get there, you'll find a number of animals, especially the hippos and so forth. So Uganda is really endowed. Going by the population of Uganda, we have 47.5 million people, and the size is about 241,000 kilometers squared. The capital city is Kampala. We have since created more cities, as you can see from the slide: Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Mbale, Mbarara, Masaka, Lira. All these are cities that have been created of recent, and they're already operational. Our currency is Uganda shillings, and our dominant language is English. As also indicated earlier in my opening remarks that Uganda is really endowed, you will appreciate that the equator also passes Uganda. Some of us who learned about the equator some time back. It's the line that divides the earth into two. And Uganda is blessed that the equator passes through. So we have very many amazing key nature wonders. And that's why we are at times called or referred to as the Pearl of Africa. Look at the crested crane, very beautiful. It's a sign of beauty and elegance, and that is our national emblem or national symbol. And this has been our symbol, our emblem for nearly 100 years. And this is the most cherished bird on the land in Uganda. The next thing that maybe the participant would want to appreciate about the country Uganda is the Uganda Matters Shrine. This is an historical shrine where a group of 23 Anglicans and 22 Catholics who converted to Christianity in the historical kingdom of Uganda were executed because of their stand, their resolve to practice Christianity. And this was between 31st of January 1885 and 27th of January 1887. This is when they were executed by the then orders of the Kabaka of Uganda, Mwanga. The reason why they did that was because they refused to abandon Christianity. And as such, we do celebrate this, this day. Every 3rd of June, yearly, we commemorate this day in Uganda to remember our sons and daughters who perished in this manner. That is our offices, Uganda Registration Services Bureau headquarters. Soon we shall be entering this building. That should be in January. We also have a one-stop center, and this is being run in conjunction with our partner agencies. This one-stop center, if you get to it, you find all services on one floor. And this has made the journey of our clients, of our customers very easy because you do not need to move between floors. Even the banking services are on the same floor. This has been a game changer for Uganda Registration Services Bureau and the country. Now I would like to take you through our vision, mission, and values as Uganda Registration Services Bureau. Dear participants, our vision is a center of excellence for reliable registration services. And this is something we have worked on, and we keep on cherishing it, that we want our registration services to be excellent. And URSB will always be a center of excellence for these services. Our mission is to provide accessible, reliable, and innovative registration services for the formalized economy. What do we mean by reliable? Everybody should know what's expected of him or her. And we all the time are innovative. And then we want our economy to be formalized. Our core values is integrity, teamwork, excellence, transparency, and accountability. This is written on the wall, and as staff, as an organization, we cherish these values, especially teamwork, excellence, and transparency. Uganda Registration Services Bureau is a government agency responsible for business registration, charters registration, official receiver. This is companies that are in bankruptcy matters, we handle them. And we also handle intellectual property rights registration. This includes patent, utility models, industrial designs, trademarks, service marks, copyright and neighboring rights. We also carry out civil registration. This involves marriages, and also we license places of worship or marriage. Above all, we collect non-tax revenue for government. If I now go one by one, business registration, which is a directorate and responsible for this function, we already have about 800,000 businesses that are registered. This is still low, but we keep on adding more and more. And that's why we would wish that the economy is formalized. Every business is registered. And that's why we are innovating every other day to take services nearer to the people. These businesses include companies, both public and private, local and foreign. We also have business names. Those are sole proprietorship, general partnerships, limited liability partnerships, other business-related services, certification data such as legal documents, security documents. We also handle dispute resolution and investigations, and also beneficial ownership register. Under civil registration, as I indicated earlier, we handle all the marriages that are registerable in Uganda, civil marriages, Muslim marriages, church marriages. We also have customary marriages and also the Hindu marriages. These are celebrated in accordance with the rights and observances of the Hindu faith. Under intellectual property, which I know is the creation of the mind, and this involves inventions, designs, literary and artistic works, symbol names and images used in commerce. So intellectual property right grants the owner of the work exclusive rights to exploit and benefit from its or her creation. And why do we do this? Why do we protect rights? It's because it's an incentive to the innovators, and they're supposed to benefit from their endeavors or their inventions. And this provides an incentive to bring more people into innovation. The legal protection that innovators get is an avenue for commitment of additional resources for further innovation. And above all, the promotion and protection of intellectual property spurs economic growth, creates jobs, and enhances the quality and enjoyment of life. Once these rights are protected, then of course, the innovator, the inventor will have to enjoy the fruits of his or her sweat. So the intellectual property may take these forms as already indicated: copyright, trademarks, patents, and geographical indications. And these are governed by quite a number of protocols that are in place. Under insolvency, as an arm or one of the services that we do undertake or execute, is that this office of the official receiver was created by Section 198 of the Insolvency Act. When you look through Insolvency Act, you will appreciate what is expected of Uganda Registration Services Bureau in the execution of this mandate. So we investigate the conduct of directors, stakeholders, both contributories and all present and past officers of an insolvent company. We also investigate the promotion, formation, failure, conduct of business of an insolvent company. We also are allowed under the law to prosecute any person for offenses committed under the Act. We are also supposed to investigate the conduct of insolvent practitioners and to prosecute them for any offenses committed. And where an insolvency practitioner is not in office, we are supposed to act. URSB acts as during the vacancy or a vacancy where an insolvency practitioner is not in place. And of course, we take the necessary steps. We take the necessary steps and actions considered fit by the official receiver to fulfill the provision of this act. Finally, is the security interest in movable property. This is a new addition of our mandate. And when we talk about security interest, what do we mean? These are legal rights granted by a debtor to a creditor over data's property. And this is usually referred to as collateral. This enables creditors to have recourse to property if a debtor fails to meet his or her obligation. Now, what are movable properties? These are goods, tangible assets, intangible assets that also is used in this arrangement. So it can be accounts receivable, deposit, electronics, securities. This falls under the armpit of intangible assets. So in a nutshell, security interest in movable property is a fully electronic notice-based registry system. Anybody can access this online from wherever he or she is. And it serves the following functions: registration, amendments, cancellation, and discharge of security interest and liens in movable property. We also do that certification and priority between registered competing claims in the same collateral. If you want to access the registry, you can go to www.ursb.go.ug and then you click under simple. There you'll look at what it takes to register your interest in movable property. Those are some of the services that the Bureau undertakes, and we are delighted to offer this to the population, to the country, and this gives us a lot of gratitude and opportunity to add value and to serve the country. I thank you for listening to me. That marks the end of the presentation.
Thank you very much, the Registrar General. I would now like to hand over to Andrew to take us to the next agenda item, which is presentations. Andrew, over to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dennis. I would like to invite anybody on the Pathwell platform to end this current session, and we will see you then in the next session, which is presentations on how registries have supported businesses throughout COVID-19.